Who am I? That is a question that I have spent most of my life either running from or running in circles to find the answer to. For a dream to come true, you must first begin with a dream. But for me, that dream was implanted by someone else before I learned how to dream. From the age of 5, my alcoholic mom controlled my family using emotions, sex, and abuse. She would torment me with pranks and would set me up to catch her sexual behaviors. She found it funny to watch me scream or squirm with anguish, and it seemed my sole purpose in life was to be my mother's entertainment. My mom was not well. She was very sick. I had to deal a lot with her abuse. There were many times that I would come home and she would be slitting her wrist. And, one of the times I vividly remember her looking at me and said, "This is what you're doing to me." All I cared about was her loving me. So surprisingly, my whole life, I grew up still wanting her approval and her love. I didn't realize until I was 19 years old that those things that happened in my house were not normal. By the age of 7, my mother continued to amuse herself by bringing me into her porn addiction. She assured me it was natural to watch because that is how I was made. I can't describe what I felt as a little girl when I was forced to watch these images. There were emotions of fear, excitement, and being sick to my stomach all at the same time. I vividly remember walking to school in 1st grade, thinking to myself, when I grow up, I want to be a lawyer. But first, I want to be a porn star. She died when I was 9 and left me with a poor model of womanhood and a longing to discover somebody different. Somebody my mother would have loved. Drugs, alcohol, unhealthy relationships, and self-injury became a part of my life. I spent many weekdays in junior high and high school passed out in alleys from alcohol poisoning. The guys I called friends had expectations that I would fulfill out of guilt in hopes they would love me, and they didn't. I believed that less clothes meant real beauty, and physical affection meant real love. When I was 17, my sister was dancing at a club, and so I decided it was a good idea to go and make some money real quick underage. I thought you had a ride if we got a job there because they were so particular on who they hired, so I looked at it like an honor. But, it was those same girls that ended up showing me that I could make money for sex. With prostitution came a pimp, an agent who promised to make me a star. He sent me to California to pursue performing in the very movies and magazines I saw when I was a little girl. My drug use now moved from the streets to limos, mansions, and Hollywood. Finally, a group of people who approved of me. I had failed at being Deanna, but this new character they gave me, that person, I thought I could be. I think for me, honestly, one of the most addicting parts of the industry is the attention you receive. You'd step out of the limo and, at every party, there would be photographers always taking pictures of you, always interviewing you. The makeup, always having your makeup and hair done kind of makes you feel glamorous. Always getting fan mail of, stuffed animals and jewelry and stuff like that. It made you feel like everybody loved you. But they were just lonely too. None of that made me happy. None of it. I just remember thinking I would really like somebody to call my own. I wanted to go out on a date. All of a sudden, I felt naked. I just wanted to put some clothes on, and I just wanted somebody to cherish me and value me. I needed to discover who Deanna was, because I had hid behind this character for a long time. Take away the publicity and the makeup, and I was the same scared little 6-year-old girl. I was still running while tempting others to stumble as they indulged in my personal pain. I began to realize the damage that porn was doing in the world. A fan of mine took his family savings and drove from Georgia to California to get me to sign his DVD collection. Upon returning home, his wife asked him to shut down all of my websites. And rather than unplugging the computer, he found it easier to shoot himself, leaving a grieving family behind. October 1st, 2006, I attended a party on the company's behalf, and I drank everything in sight. I wound up getting wheeled out under a sheet to protect my so-called identity. And as I was by the ambulance, I looked at my friends and gasped, I cannot do this anymore. I prayed for God to take me. I could not continue to live. I was tired of ending up in the same desperate place. I thought He had answered my prayer to die, but He had another purpose for me. Thanks to God and recovery, I haven't picked up a drink since that night. It was time for me to go and heal. Go and heal from the inside out. I was told I couldn't be delivered to something until I understood what I was delivered from. So after years of running away from things, for the first time in my life, I felt I was about to run towards something. Someone. On April 8th, 2012, I was baptized with a deeper understanding that no love is as great as the love with which Jesus loves me. Psalm 68:6 says that God sets the lonely in families, and that's what He's done for me. I am part of a loving family greater than I ever imagined. I have a Father who wants to fully know me and wants me to fully know Him. I don't feel like a victim anymore. I don't feel like I've been abused, and I certainly don't feel the way I used to when I used to just feel used and disgusting. I feel brand new, like completely new. And I will wear a white wedding dress on my wedding day. For me, the nightmare has ended, and a new dream, a new story has begun. I am somebody's daughter, and most importantly, the daughter of a king. Today, I know who I am. My name is Deanna, and I am truly a grateful follower of Jesus Christ.